Scorpio, hello. Oh my gosh. Hi. All right. Sorry. For those of you who've been here before, welcome back to you. And to those of you who it is your first time here, welcome. I am Denise. This is Surrender to the Flow Tarot. Hold on. Thought that was out. It's clearly not out. I am doing a timeless general reading for the collective of Scorpio. Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Ascendant, or Venus. It's a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Be careful not to put yourself in a story that isn't yours. You don't want to relate. You want to resonate. You should feel it in your bones. Okay. So I took a week off last week from readings because I am having, you can hear it, problems with my vocal cords. They are swollen and stuff. So I start speech therapy in a week, and I am supposed to take a 30-minute break of non-talking between readings, and it's very difficult to figure this out timing-wise, schedule-wise, and everything else. So working that out. So I have a lot going on in my life, and a lot of changes are happening rapidly, and they're all very good. So within the next month and a half, like into July, probably this space will look different, and I may be sounding, I will sound different. Eventually I will sound normal. Okay. All right. So today's reading is different. We're going to do, so I would suggest to get out a notepad or something to write some stuff down. There's a lot of like information that's coming along with these. We're doing what divine feminine deity can you call on right now? And we're gonna end it with a heart thoughts card. So it's just an affirmation which will help you integrate whatever lessons come from the card. Yes, okay. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something. What could it be? Scorpios. I don't know. Let's get started. So it doesn't matter what gender you identify with, has nothing to do with the divine feminine deity. This is just one who is around you that you can call on for support right now. Do you understand? Okay. It's like, please only be one. It's two. Okay. Bridget, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. And Rita of Kashkia, the patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. This is really interesting. Okay, let's look at them together. Very, very different, yeah? This is about the belief in yourself and your divine power and your divine side of you, and learning how to access it. Let's see, Scorpio. Interesting. There's some kind of freedom you need to maybe free yourself from. I feel excited about this. I have not felt this way about any of the readings yet. Painful. Okay. Bridget represents the essence of an inner dawn and the healing that comes from knowing that the best is yet to come. Bridget is the goddess of pre-Christian Ireland. She's associated with the Indo-European dawn goddess and the coming of spring. So I would look up Indo-European and definitely look up Bridget. Yeah. She's celebrated in a Celtic festival called Imbolc, I-M-B-O-L-C. Most of you probably know what that is, but for those of you who don't, you could look that up too. That takes place halfway between the winter and spring solstices. It is said that at the moment between dusk and daybreak, Bridget arose into the sky with flames like rays of the sun blazing in her hair. There's a shrine near Kildare in Ireland that is sacred to the Druids because it was believed to have been a place where Bridget's priestesses tended to her eternal flame. Maybe go there or look that up. Anything that's popping out to you during me reading this, jot it down and look into it, okay? Meditate on it or whatever. This is all symbols for you guys, for y'all. This is where they learn the ancient healing practices that are associated with Bridget. And this is where in 480 CE, Saint Bridget built a monastery in honor of the goddess and created a communal and consecrated center for women's religious life and learning. Bridget is associated with poetry and with all things elevated, states of being, high-rising flames, lofty dimensions, elevated wisdom. Hello, dopeness. I didn't know all this about Bridget. She is said to have created the whistle for calling out from one person to another while walking through the night, which lifts the wanderer with its levity and reminds her she's not alone. This is really interesting. When your soul selects her card, there's that moment when you're making your way through the dark and suddenly, after what feels like days, months, or years, a ray of light comes through to you. A lightning happens. Each step isn't quite as hard to make as the one before, and you feel a great shift begin as if now you're headed towards something new or peaceful or relief. Something even brighter. Bridget is the essence of that first flame, that first ray of light. Bridget reminds us that the darkness never lasts. So maybe there's a person in your life who's come in, who has reignited the way you see things. And it's inspiring you to look at everything from a different view. Bridget's eternal flame represents the truth that the light never leaves us and can never be extinguished. It simply gets obscured or blocked from us. She reminds us that every day is actually filled with light. There are many days and times in our lives when we endure thick cloud cover, when that flame that exists within us is blocked by pain or confusion. I feel that. Bridget is the sweet sound that reaches us in the dark and reminds us that we have never been on this journey alone. So when you're feeling that way, deep in grief or deeply confused, call on St. Bridget and do a meditation. Or pray, just pray. Bridget is our sign that the dawn is here because we have made it through the dark winter. We can lift our head. The healing has happened, and now each next day is bound to be brighter. Your soul voice meditation is what allows me to feel light more often every day. What allows me to feel light more often every day? And your intention is, I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. Okay, let's read Rita. I've really enjoyed these so far. They're really interesting. This deck was a sample deck, and the store that I go to, it's called Moonstone and Sage. It's in PA. Is so dope. And they have samples open of one of each deck, so you get to see what it is before you buy it, which I think is great. And they let you buy the sample, which is also great. Saint Rita of Kaschia's life demonstrates the power of prayer to shift even what appears to be an impossible cause. She was born Margherita Lodi in 1381 in Italy to noble parents. She's associated with bees and bees, right? I would write Margherita Lodi down and look at the town in Italy where she was born. Look that up. She's associated with bees because as a child it is said they swarmed her but never stung her, and bees are symbolic of Mary and of the diligent work that must be done to gather honey or the immortal sweetness of Christ's love. Although Rita wanted to enter a convent, she was forced to marry Paolo Mancini and had her first child at age 12. Her husband, my grandmother, was 13. My family's from Italy, Calabria. My grandmother had 9 kids. I think she was 13. She could have been 16, 13 though, I'm pretty sure. Her husband, okay, back to Rita, not my nanny. Her husband, Rita's, was a wealthy nobleman who had many enemies in Kaschia. Rita endured abuse and infidelities, but through prayer and kindness, she converted him to Catholicism. He then renounced the family feud known as La Vendetta. Even though Paolo had become a new man, a member of the feuding family murdered him for his previous acts. Rita's 2 sons wanted to avenge their father's death, but before they could, both died of dysentery. After the death of her husband and sons, Rita wanted to enter the monastery of St. Mary Magdalene. I would look that up too. She was given the condition that her family had to reconcile with the family that had killed her husband before she could gain entrance. Rita prayed to her patron saints John the Baptist, Augustine of Hippo, and Nicholas of Tolentino to assist her in creating peace between the 2 rival families. The bubonic plague was ravaging Italy at the time and happened to take several members of both families. This was enough hardship that they agreed to relinquish the feud. Rita entered the St. Mary Magdalene Monastery at the age of 36. Catholic legend says that she was transported into the monastery by her 3 patron saints via levitation. And legend also relates that while she was meditating on Christ at age 60, a ray of light pierced her between the eyes. The stigmata remained there until her death of tuberculosis in the monastery in 1457. How fascinating. When your soul selects her card, despite popular belief, Saint Rita isn't about suffering or martyrdom, not in this context. Here she is about the miracles that happen when we choose to be steadfast about something or someone. This does not mean remaining in a situation that is harmful to us. It means knowing that we can believe anything is possible and that everyone is ultimately forgivable. Because forgiveness isn't about someone else, it's about freeing ourselves. So maybe it's time for you to let go of something that's maybe been carried through your ancestry, you know? We might have to draw fierce boundaries and possibly never see this person again, but we can pray from any distance that a light larger than our own transforms them. You're the King of Cups, Scorpio, okay? You have deep spiritual beliefs, deep psychic abilities, and a deep oneness and alignment with your emotional well-being, your emotional maturity. That if that's not who you are in your everyday, that's who you are inherently. You are the one sign of all the signs that can see both the beauty in the dark and the light and is the balance between them. Scorpio is the King of Cups and Scorpio is the Death card. You feel me? All about transformation and letting it happen, being open, welcoming it with open arms, not being attached. That a love that's greater than what we alone can hold and have for them might offer them a new life. Saint Rita is asking us foremost to never give up on what we want for ourselves, and she's suggesting that the path to what we desire is in our belief that it is still possible. We might not know how or when things will align for us, but we can participate in a deep prayer, a bone trust that at some point what we most desire will arrive. Temperance, right? Faith in the universe. Faith in yourself. Keep building yourself. Keep knowing yourself, getting to know yourself. Become the brighter light. Become a stronger light. You know, make your light brighter. Keep going and all the things. That's the focus. And everything else falls into alignment. Is just keep yourself aligned. Just keep. It's not easy. Your soul voice meditation is, what do I believe is possible for my life? Your intention is, I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. So this is asking for you to focus. So meditate, pray, make music if that's how you pray, make art if that's how you pray, whatever it is, cook food, serve others. Keep going and your answers are going to come to you. Let's see what your heart thoughts card is, Scorpio. Cool reading, Scorps. I really like these heart thoughts cards. I've been pulling one every day since I got them in the morning, and then I write out what they are in my journal, and then I journal on each one, and it helps to integrate whatever the lesson is, you know? So it's like integrated, and it's not just some tool in my toolbox, and I'm like using it. I love when they're flippy. Oh, you got two. I am in the right place wherever I go, and whomever I meet, I find my own love and my highest good waiting for me. Seeing the reflection and being your true unconditional King of Cups self, whatever gender you identify with. But the King of Cups is that masculine side, which is the no hesitation in acting to keep things balanced and in harmony. You feel me? Your other one you got is, all changes are easy for me to make. The moment I am willing to change, the universe begins to help me. It brings me whatever I need. It's totally true. If it's a tower, if it's a death, if it's the star, if it's a reward, you feel me? Trust in yourself and trust in the universe, no matter how bleak it has looked, okay? You can trust in yourself and in the universe. Keep taking care of you and keeping yourself in alignment, and everything will fall into place. Everything's going to fall into place anyway. Even if you're out of alignment, the universe is going to send a tower to kick you in the ass. You feel me? So, Scorpio, thank you for coming and sharing your energy and your time with me again. I hope that this helped, and hopefully I will see you next week. Bye, Scorpio.